Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. First of all, let me wish all my Malayali friends a very, very happy Onam. Secondly, let's get to the topic. The topic in hand is about this historic gift that the Pradhan Mantri, our good Prime Minister, has given us. Historic gift. And he calls it the next generation GST reforms. The image in front of your screen is a Government of India communique. The next generation GST reforms. Now, next generation GST reforms. Let's talk about it. Let's get right into the show. So the Prime Minister very benevolently gifted a historic gift to the people of this country. He called it the next generation GST reforms. Now, my first point is I have a problem with this concept of GST reforms. You see, the next generation and all are cute lines, so let that be. GST reforms, I believe these are not reforms. These are corrections. Because reforms means to improve efficiency of a system that has been running for decades. That's reforms. Possibly centuries actually. Those are reforms, to improve the efficiency of the system. But when you have created something and you realize that there is a mistake in what you created, you correct it. That's correction. And in this case, it is correction. The government realized and the bigger question is, it took 8 years for this government to realize that what they had created as GST in this country, what they had implemented is wrong. There's a mistake. It was harming the people. It burdened this country. It burdened the middle class, which I represent. It burdened the middle class. It burdened the MSMEs. It burdened the informal economy. It burdened our common people for 8 years before the government realized that, oops, thoda galti hai na? And that galti is what this government has corrected. And that is what they are packaging it as historic gift and all of that, this Diwali, and they're calling it the reforms. So the first point that I want to make is that this is no reforms. This is correction. And that too, a correction that has been brought about after 8 years late. So that's the point number one that I wanted to make. The point number two, if you look at this government, starting 2014, this government has slowly and steadily losing connect with the people. Mr. Narendra Modi himself has been losing connect with the people. Mr. Narendra Modi's biggest strength was that his tremendous connect with common people. That was his biggest strength. I have seen that personally way back in 2012 in Gujarat. The way he used to connect with people. He somewhere down the line lost that charm. Today he doesn't connect with common people. Look at Narendra Modi. Normally, when you talk about Narendra Modi, you see him in opulent functions, opulent events across the globe. You don't find him in a Indian village. You don't find him interacting with Indian people. You find him in opulent settings across the globe. If you see Rahul Gandhi versus Narendra Modi, now this I'm saying at the cost of being called biased and all of that, but that's okay with me. If you see Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi, look at the visual. that you see when you think of Narendra Modi or when you talk about Narendra Modi. It's about opulence. It's about international events, Modi, and all of that. This is what comes in front of you when you think about Modi. Rahul Gandhi, on the other hand, for the last 3 years, has been on ground much more. The interaction or the one-to-one interaction, as you say, look at Narendra Modi's interaction and hugging, which is what he is now known for. Narendra Modi only hugs and only interacts and only goes close to people, international powerhouses, the rich and the famous. He doesn't hug a normal man. He doesn't even touch an Indian. Whereas Rahul Gandhi is the one who is doing that, who is doing what Narendra Modi used to do in 2012. Connect to people, relate to people. So somewhere down the line, the Narendra Modi of 2000 and 2012 has somehow changed, metamorphosized in the Narendra Modi we have today. And the fact that, therefore, I believe, and the reason I talk about this in this particular editorial is because I believe that our government has lost touch, because the leader has lost touch with the common man. Our leader has lost touch with the common man. And also I want to get to your notice that there is another man called Rahul Gandhi who is actually taking that place. 2029, ladies and gentlemen, would be different. Would be different. The concept of Tina, there is no alternative, may not remain there anymore. There may be an alternative. The second point I wanted to make. You see, our government, whenever they are in need of money, the first thing they do is dig into your pockets. Dig into a common man's wallet. They would show you, they would talk about giving you rebate in direct taxes, and they would increase something else to ensure that they collect the money from there. I mean, the question is valid. There is a definite difference between the cost of oil crude oil, that is, we paid in 2012, 2014, 2015, and the cost we are paying now. There's a definite difference. Who is getting benefited? Why is it that when there is a benefit, common man doesn't get anything out of it? But when there's a burden, that entire burden falls on common man. When the price of crude went up, the entire burden fell on us. But when the price of crude went down, we were not even in the picture. We didn't get any benefit out of it. Where is this money going? So you're taking money from one of our pockets and giving a a percentage of that money back to us, and then calling it the historic Diwali gift to the nation. Packaging it as historic Diwali gift for the nation, and you know what? We're buying it. We're buying it. My point number 3 and my last point. I'm going to digress a little, and I'm going to talk about this concept of per capita income. Per capita income is an average income that common Indian gets, an average income. I want to talk to you about per capita income is because when we are told that there is historic gift given to us, or we are the world's largest growing economy, our GDP is growing at a pace which is faster than light, when we are told that we are the third largest, fourth largest economy and all that, we need to understand what it actually means to us, or what it actually means for us. Let me try and tell you that. Let's take G20 countries, for instance. G20 countries let us talk about per capita income. This is in dollars. And I need you to understand where we stand in the globe as far as per capita income. Because at the end of the day, per capita income matters, right? Globally, we could be 3 trillion, 7 trillion, 100 trillion, 200 trillion and all that. That all is one end. But what we earn, what we take home, what we feed our family, and how much money we have for our family, our life is what really matters. So let me talk about that. Argentina has a per capita income of $13.71 per thousand. Australia, 64.96. Brazil, 9.67. Canada, 52.72. China, 13.72. France, 44.72. Indonesia, 5.02. Italy, 36.81. Japan, 35.39. Republic of Korea, 33.39. Mexico, 12.69. You know what is India's per capita income? Dollars per thousand, 2.60. This is our per capita income. Acha, when you're looking at per capita income, mind you, you also need to understand that according to Oxfam, 1% of our population owns 40% of our wealth. So now minus that. So look at what the actual per capita income could be. The reason I am getting this topic too into this larger scheme of things is because end of the day, let us be very clear. While we can sit and analyze and decode and code and all that, let us be very clear. Aam aadmi ko kya mila? What did the common man get? And this is what the common man is getting. There is no gift. There is nothing spectacular that has happened. It takes 8 years for a government to correct a taxation slab error that they committed 8 years back. 8 years. 8 years we suffered. Nobody heard us. We kept on shouting that this was wrong, this is killing MSME. Nobody heard us. And that's what the government corrected. And the reason this is important is because a common man of India should know the reality. And reality, surprise, surprise, is not normally published in WhatsApp University. The government, our Prime Minister, should once again start connecting with people. It is unfortunate that we see our Prime Minister only when it comes to election. Incidentally, there's a big hue and cry that Prime Minister is going to Manipur, a state that suffered the most, and our Prime Minister decided to go to, or decided is what I'm told, but whether he goes or not is still, I don't know whether it is confirmed or not, but all the same, deciding to go to Manipur now, after so many years. After so many years. We went to Cyprus, but we didn't go to Manipur. The government is losing touch with people. The government is not understanding the real problems. The government, for whatever reason, ego or arrogance, is not willing to accept their mistake. And if they do not accept their mistake, there is no way that they're going to resolve that mistake. These are the problems that I wanted to get in front of you. Till I see you next time. That's tomorrow at 10. Namaskar.